fulfilled.
What's the name of your company?
Solar.
Oz Solar. It's an
Solar.
Ozzy Osbourne Oz Solar. And I'm standing in front of a solar panel. And the reason I know a little bit about solar panels is being a guy that loves to sail. And sailboats, you'll see a lot of sailors use solar panels. And so a boat is typically off the grid. And you'll naturally think, well, why can't a house be off the grid?
Absolutely.
Especially when people are seeing their energy bills are insane, and Hydro Ontario's been in the paper, and Kathleen Wynn's doing a fantastic job keeping our hydro bills down. Yay! That's facetious. Yeah, so it makes a huge incentive to get involved with solar power. So
absolutely, and off-grid is it's the future for sure.
Absolutely. So what we're standing, how many watts is this panel?
This is a 255, and we're currently using 255, 265, 270 watt panels.
And so basically, to give a brief synopsis of how solar works for anybody who doesn't really know. So you get the sunlight. It's these panels, see if I got this right, photoelectric or sort of photovoltaic cells that converts it into a current, an electric current.
Yeah.
But that's a DC current though.
Yeah.
And then you need to convert the
DC into AC.
Because all home appliances, everything in your house is AC, alternating current, where DC is direct current, like the band AC/DC.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So
then it goes to an inverter that's going to convert the DC power into AC current.
Okay, and these are just meters, but you don't have an inverter on display. But typically, how many watts would an inverter be that you use for a house?
You're looking at we can do 10 kilowatt inverters, 7.6 kilowatt inverters, or you can have micro inverters that's per panel.
Oh well, so per panel, and I've never even thought of that. So it just sums all of the.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And it's a really efficient way to do that because you get exactly the sun from that panel. So if something happens to another panel, it won't affect the other panels.
Smart. Now, one of the things, on a boat you would store the energy, surplus energy in deep cycle batteries, but you don't do that with a house. You sell the extra energy back to the grid or the Hydro Ontario in this case.
So that's where we specialize in because there's an incentive by the government to sell the energy you're generating, you sell it back to your local utility. So you're not actually using it yourself. Okay. And that's, I think, a lot of misconception comes from there. The government gives you 29.4 cents per kilowatt generated.
What do they charge us? Do you know what they charge us to buy? It's got to be 70 or something.
To buy the electricity you use? On peak demand, I believe that it's 18 cents per kilowatt. But it keeps increasing, so sooner or later it will be worth it.
So let's say your typical 3-bedroom detached home or semi-detached, you've got maybe, 700-800 square feet of roof space on a peak roof.
Perfect amount of space.
And how many panels then would you typically put on a home like
about 37.
37 panels?
Yeah,
Holy smokes, that's a lot.
Yeah, well, you have pictures here of homes we've already made.
And what's it cost? What are we looking cost-wise for something like this?
Cost-wise, obviously depends on the size of your system.
Yeah.
So it's going to range between, for the bigger system, you're looking at 25, and at your smaller system, 15.
So 15 to 25,000?
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you think is the return on that investment, and how many
7 to 8 years.
That's not bad at all. So you include this in your mortgage, in the cost of the purchase of the home, and then in 8 years you're not paying for anything. Power-wise, you still have to pay more.
Then you're just get checks every month.
Okay, so and what does a single panel cost? I know you don't sell single panels, but roughly,
we typically don't.
I want to buy one. A single panel. So,
for a single panel, you're looking at $220.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, thanks very much.
Yeah.
And if they want to find you guys online, where do they go?
Ozsolar.com.
Ozsolar.com, as in Ozzy Osbourne, because they rock the sun, rocking the energy.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much.